When people think of Mauritian dishes, the first pictures that come to mind are usually the ones seen in travel brochures. Hotel buffets filled with shiny trays, grilled fish served by the beach, or even a lobster dinner in a 5-star resort. But the truth is, this isn't how Mauritians eat in their everyday lives. Eating like a Mauritian means stepping away from tourist menus and tasting the flavors that locals grow up with, flavors that are part of our identity. Today, I'll take you beyond the tourist plates and show you how Mauritians really eat. Let's start in the morning. A real Mauritian breakfast is not a continental spread. It's simple, filling, and packed with flavor. Or even chili fritters, those spicy little cakes often eaten warm with bread. Sometimes it's just a piece of fresh bread, or even a little leftover rice from the night before, devoured before heading out. Add a cup of hot tea with milk and a hint of local vanilla, and you've already got the perfect start to the day. For many Mauritians, this kind of breakfast is more than food. It's routine, it's comfort, it's home. But breakfast isn't the same for everyone. In the towns, you might find people grabbing a roti from a vendor before heading to work, rolled up with butter beans or chicken curry. In coastal villages, fishermen coming back from an early morning at sea might enjoy fried bread with salted fish, or leftover curry from the night before. There isn't one single Mauritian breakfast. It's about practicality and taste, rooted in everyday life. As the day moves on, the streets become the real kitchens of Mauritius. Around midday, snack vendors and small eateries, called snackettes, are packed with people. If you follow locals at lunchtime, you won't see them sitting in hotel restaurants. Instead, they'll be queuing at roadside stalls where food is served fast, hot, and affordable. With just a few rupees, you can get a mean frit, fried noodles tossed quickly in a wok with vegetables, chicken, or seafood, or boulette, soft Chinese-style dumplings served in broth, often flavored with soy and spring onions. You might also find fried rice, biryani wrapped in brown paper, or a roti layered with vegetables and pickles. This is what defines Mauritian food, a fusion of Indian, Creole, Chinese, and even European influences, all coexisting on the same plate. One of the secrets of eating like a Mauritian is variety. Nobody eats the same dish every day. One day it's roti, the next day fried rice, then min frit, then a Creole curry with rice and lentils. For Mauritians, food is never boring because it constantly reflects the mix of cultures that shape the island. And food is everywhere. On school days, children often spend a few coins on simple snacks, a fried chili cake tucked inside bread with butter, or a Napolitane, a sweet shortbread filled with jam and covered in icing. In the evenings, families might stop at the local stall for rotis to take home. And on Sundays, many families cook a proper curry with chicken, lentils, rice, and a chard, pickled vegetables that bring freshness to the meal. Markets play a huge role in this rhythm of eating. Unlike tourists who rely on hotel restaurants, Mauritians go to open markets to buy what they'll cook for the day. Walk through one of these markets, and you'll see piles of tomatoes, coriander, ginger, eggplants, chilies, and garlic. The colors are bright, the smells are intense, and people bargain while vendors shout prices. Families don't usually stockpile food for the week. Instead, they buy fresh vegetables, spices, and fish for the next meal, because freshness is part of the culture. A Mauritian kitchen always smells of onions frying, spices sizzling, and rice steaming in the background. Food here isn't just about eating, it's about sharing. Neighbors pass a plate of freshly fried samosas through the fence. Families gather on Sundays not just to eat, but to sit together for hours. On the coast, fishermen grill their catch of the day and share it with friends. Sometimes with a beer, sometimes with a glass of aluda, a sweet milk-based drink with syrup and basil seeds. In Mauritius, food connects people. It's not just about filling your stomach. It's about community, laughter, and togetherness. To really understand Mauritian food, you also need to look at how it changes during festivals and special occasions. On Eid, biryani takes center stage. Fluffy rice flavored with saffron, cloves, and cinnamon, layered with chicken or lamb, and served in huge portions to share with family, friends, and even neighbors. During Diwali, houses are filled with sweets, ladoos, gulab jamun, and colorful cakes prepared days in advance, each one symbolizing light and joy. At Chinese New Year, many families serve fried noodles and spring rolls, while lanterns glow in the night sky. And during Christmas, even though the climate is tropical, families might still prepare roasted chicken or turkey, mixing European traditions with Mauritian spices. But beyond these celebrations, everyday Mauritian food keeps its unique charm. Eating like a Mauritian means enjoying small rituals that tourists often overlook. For example, stopping at a tiny roadside stall for a roti wrapped in paper, devouring it while standing under the shade of a tree. Or grabbing gato pima with bread and butter in the afternoon, the same way school children do. These are simple details, but they're the heartbeat of daily life. It also means respecting the balance between flavor and cost. A meal in a 5-star hotel might look impressive, but most Mauritians find happiness in a simple curry or a bowl of noodles that costs a fraction of the price. Tourists often pay for atmosphere, while Mauritians focus on taste. And that taste is shaped by centuries of migration and cultural blending. Indian spices, Chinese stir-frying, Creole sauces, and European breads have all found a home here. Eating like a Mauritian is eating the world on one plate. Another important part of eating like a Mauritian is freshness. Markets are alive with people buying vegetables for today's curry, fish for tonight's grill, or fruit to enjoy in the afternoon. Mangoes, lychees, pineapples, and bananas are seasonal treasures. People buy what's ripe and ready, not what will last in the fridge for weeks. This connection with the seasons keeps the food vibrant and authentic. And then there are the drinks. Tea with milk is everywhere. Morning, afternoon, even before bed. Sugarcane juice, pressed right in front of you with a dash of lime, is a favorite on hot days. Fresh coconut water, straight from the shell, is another island classic, cool, slightly sweet, and perfect when you're relaxing under the sun. Aluda, colorful and sweet, reminds every Mauritian of childhood trips to the market. And of course, for adults, a Phoenix beer on the beach with grilled fish is a classic image of island life. Eating like a Mauritian also means not wasting food. Leftovers are reused with care. Yesterday's curry might become today's sandwich filling. Rice that's left overnight might be fried with vegetables and spices the next day. This respect for food comes from history. When resources were scarce, nothing was wasted. Today, it's still part of the culture, and it makes the flavors even richer. So what does it truly mean to eat like a Mauritian? It means choosing taste over appearance, freshness over packaging, and variety over repetition. It means eating with your hands sometimes, because that's how flavors are best enjoyed. It means gathering around food not only to eat but to laugh, to share stories, and to spend time together. Tourists often imagine Mauritian cuisine as exotic and complicated, but the reality is both simpler and deeper. Eating like a Mauritian is about embracing the island's diversity, one bite at a time. It's about tasting a fusion of cultures, Indian curries, Chinese noodles, Creole stews, and European pastries, all adapted into something unique. It's about walking away from buffets and stepping into the everyday rhythm of the island. So next time you're in Mauritius, don't stop at the hotel restaurant. Walk into a market, follow the sound of vendors shouting prices. Stop at a roadside stall and taste a hot roti. Try noodles tossed in a giant wok in front of your eyes. Share a plate of gato pima with friends. Drink sugarcane juice while it's still frothy. That's when you'll discover the real soul of Mauritius. Not in luxury, but in the ordinary meals that keep the island alive. Because in the end, eating like a Mauritian isn't about what's on the plate. It's about where you eat, who you eat with, and the stories that come with every bite. That's the beauty of it. And that's what makes Mauritian food unforgettable.